Tina here. Today's class, I'm going to guide you through a 30-minute total body flow, which is a class that is designed to strengthen and stretch your entire body. We're going to start grounded. I want you to bring both of your feet towards the right side of your mat, and you'll feel a little bit asymmetrical in the hips, and that's totally fine. We're going to let the right hand fall over by the feet and a big stretch of the left arm up and over. Think about bringing left ear closer to that arm and taking left shoulder and pressing it behind you so there's a bit of a twisting corkscrew motion. Now we're going to lean over towards the feet, keep stretching with that left arm. And on an inhale, reach all the way up and back, open that palm behind you. Exhale to come forward again. And inhale, open up. Let's go again. Exhale. And inhale. Pause here on the inhale. We're going to press out through the heel of the palm and extend through the fingers to get some opening in the wrist. And then reach both arms up on your inhale. And exhale, hands to heart center. Coming through to your tabletop from here, find your hands and knees. And let your belly button drop down towards the mat. Lift your gaze and tailbone. Press your heart forward. Inhale. And exhale, curl under. Inhale forward. And exhale, curl. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, center. Let's step each foot back to your high plank pose. Building a lot of strength here. Press the mat away from you. Spread each of the fingers nice and wide so you have a nice base. And try not to let the hips sink down towards the mat. You're really hugging your navel and your low back towards the ceiling. And then we'll exhale, downward dog. Let the hips go high. Take a half step in. Bend into one knee at a time so we get a little bit of length behind the legs. And then we're going to let both of the heels shift towards the right side of the mat. Now you can bend really deeply into that right knee and get some length on the outside of left leg. Pass back through center, take the heels to the left, and the same thing, you can bend deeply into left knee and get some length for outside of right leg. And then come back to center, downward facing dog. Take a look forward and hop or step the feet to the top of the mat. Take a nice forward fold so the knees can bend here, backs of the palms to the mat, and tap each finger to the thumb. Then with your next inhale, we're going to rise all the way up to standing. Take that breath in. And exhale, hands to heart center. Bend the knees for a chair pose and basket the hands behind your head. Tilt the chest a little higher, extend the arms back. And exhale, curl in, elbows in, tuck the chin. Inhale, open up. And exhale, curl. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, open, pause. Take a half chair pose. We're going to sink into the hips, let the toes be really light. Press the elbows up towards the ceiling. Just make sure your chest is higher than the hips. Then exhale, take a dive down. The elbows will fall in towards the face. Hands all the way down to the mat. Let's step back, high plank pose. This time we'll take it through vinyasa. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Float your right leg in the air. Stack the hips so the knee is lifting up towards the ceiling, and then draw some big circles with the knee, getting into the inner and outer hips. And straighten that leg. Look forward and step right foot top of mat. Left hand will stay down. Right arm is going to reach up towards the ceiling for a twist. And then look back down, hand down. Let's come up through to your high lunge. Straighten that front leg. Let the hands interlace at the low back. Roll the shoulders down, lift your chest, extend the arms. Now bend that front knee as you come back to center and take a hover out over that front leg. Now let's press back up, sweep the arms up, drop your back heel, warrior two. Inhale, straight legs, arms meet up overhead. And exhale, warrior two. Inhale, float up. Exhale, two. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two, pause. Reach out, right elbow to that thigh, and left arm up and over. Side angle pose. Let's come back up to your warrior two so that you can windmill the hands all the way down to your mat. Right foot will step back, high plank pose. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's lower knees to the mat. We'll take that same opening shape. So this time the feet are over towards the left. Let the left hand walk by the feet, right arm up, and that side body stretch leaning to the left. Keep the head closer to the arm and spiral yourself so that you're turning towards the right and a little behind you. Then rotate forward, reach the right arm. Inhale, up and back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, open, pausing here, pressing out through the heel of the palm, letting the fingers extend and point down. And then sweep both arms up, inhale, and exhale, hands to heart. So from here, let's wind through to a boat pose. So let the feet extend out in front of you. The arms can reach. You can also scoop underneath your thighs. Keep your heart lifted. And then tap down. Wrap the arms around. Let's roll on forward to the top of your mat. And step back, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Upward face. And downward facing dog. Bend the knees really deeply here, and just let that right heel drop down towards the mat. Take a couple breaths getting some length behind the calf. Bend that knee again. And now the left leg goes straighter. Bend the knee. Then extend both legs and walk the hands backwards to the feet. Walk the hands over towards the right and bend just your right knee. Let the head get heavy. Bend both knees, pass back through center, and take it over to the left. So now it's just the left knee bending. Pass back through center. Inhale, the arms come all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's take a tree pose. So hug the right knee in. Let the knee open towards the side. And you plant that foot on the inner thigh, hands to heart center. Now you can also have the foot below the knee. Just don't press it right against your knee joint. Arms sweeping up overhead. You can interlace the palms, press the palms to the ceiling. Relax your shoulders. Hands come back down to heart. Extend the right leg out. Drop it just in front of the left foot. Bend the knees. And now the left ankle comes on top of your right thigh. And we get into your figure four. The hips can sink a little deeper. Rise back up. Extend that leg, give it a spin. Drop the foot just in front of the right one. Bend the knees. Right foot comes up for your figure four. And you can sink the hips. Come on up. Extend. Place that foot near the top of the mat. Now we're hugging the left knee in. Open at the hip and tree pose on the left side. Foot goes above or below the knee. Hands at heart center. Arms can then sweep. Take the opposite interlace. Palms to the ceiling. And then hands back down. Extend the leg and meet at center. Namaste. Chair pose, bend the knees. This time the arms around the low back and take an interlace. Roll the shoulders down. Extend through the elbows. Chest can rise, gaze can lift. Now we'll add more legs by coming forward about halfway. Gaze is down, arms can float. So again, my heart is higher than my hips. Couple more breaths for strong legs. And then take it into your fold. So the knuckles may reach all the way up towards the ceiling. Tuck your chin to your chest. Soften the arms down to the mat and find your high plank pose. Exhale, low plank. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now the left leg will rise. Stack the hip, bend the knee. Take some big circles to get into the hips. Then straighten the leg, look forward, and step. Left hand comes to the thigh as you twist, and that arm can reach up. Right arm stays pressing down nice and solid in that right shoulder. Then look down, hand down. Come up, high lunge. Straighten the front leg. Interlace hands behind you. Roll the shoulders down as you lift your heart. So feel all this space in the chest, heart opener. Come back to center, bend the knee, and then take a hover out. So the arms floating off the low back. Strong leg, come right back up. Sweep up and then drop back heel for your warrior two. Straighten legs, reach arms up, inhale. And exhale, warrior two. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two, and we'll go into side angle. So reach out, left elbow down, right arm over. And then come all the way up. Straighten that front leg, hands to hips. Left toes in, so find parallel feet. Setting up for your wide-legged forward fold. So first find length by lifting the chest, space in the front of the body. And on your exhale, you lean out. Keep all that length. Hands will then fall down. Let the head get heavy. Just check in that not all the weight is resting back at the heels. So you should have weight in each of your little toes. You can give the head a shake. Shift around in your jaw. To walk the hands out just underneath your shoulders. Right hand will come to the small of the back, and you take your twist. Now this is usually pretty good on the shoulder. Some of you might like to float that right arm higher. And you look down, right hand to the mat. Now without moving the legs, we're just walking the hands over towards that right foot. Take it into your left side body. Let the head rest. And then walk the hands back to center. We're going to bend into your left knee, walk the hands over, and then lift these right toes up. So we're now getting a stretch behind the right leg. You could sink really deeply and come quite low to the mat if that works for your body. And then let's come right back to center, two straight legs. And add the twist the other way. So the left hand comes to small of back. Take a gaze left, and you could add the arm. Look down, lower that left hand, and then just walk the hands towards left foot. Lateral stretch for your right side body and continuing to open behind the legs. Just check in again that not all the weight is resting back at your heels. You want the toes to be doing some work as well. Walk yourself back to center. We'll take a bend into your right knee. Hands can walk over with you. Left toes flip up, and you can see about taking it lower if you did that on the first side. And then let's return back to two straight legs. So we're going to walk all the way back to the top of the mat. And then you can take a step back. High plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's come forward to sit. Take the feet into touch for your bound ankle pose. You can bump the hips close to the heels. You can also do this with hands behind you. Sit as tall as you can and drop your chin to your chest so you get some space behind the neck. Lift the chin, and now lean your heart forward into a fold. And come up. The right leg will straighten. So you've got this seated tree pose, left foot to the inner thigh. We'll take a twist, right hand to the knee, left hand drops behind you. One of my favorite stretches for the tops of the legs. Reach that right arm up, and then see about pressing the hips towards the ceiling. And then lower. Keep your tree pose, but turn to face that right foot, and then take a fold out over that right leg. Now come back up, and we'll swap. Right foot comes in, left leg goes long. We'll start with the twist. Left hand to the bent knee, right hand back. Furthermore, the hips can lift as you reach the left arm back. As you lower down, turn to face forward, keeping that tree pose. Tiny little twist to the left, and then fold out. and rise up. Right leg will meet. Get nice and long, give a shake. Now bend the knees. Let's find one more boat pose. Start by scooping underneath the legs. Take a little lean back. You're not sinking though. Keep your heart forward and then float the legs. If you want a little added challenge, hands to heart center. Exhale, twist your torso to the right and your knees tip left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center to breathe. And tap down, wrap the arms around. We'll take our very final vinyasa now, so the hands come forward again. Step back to your final high plank pose. And exhale, low plank. Upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. You can take some final petals and shakes. And then let's come to sit. All the way down onto your back. Wrap the knees in and rock side to side on the spine. Let's end with a happy baby. Feet face the ceiling. Take a hold of the feet or behind the legs. And you can continue the rocking here. Let the legs straighten up towards the ceiling. Arms can go down by your sides. Circle around the ankles, spread the toes. And then let's come into rest. So the legs can go nice and long on your mat. If you want added hip opening, you can bring the feet to touch instead. And if you want more shoulder opening, the arms can reach back. Otherwise, they can just rest down by your sides. We'll be here for about a minute or so. Give yourself this time to step away from your day and to enjoy these next few moments of rest. Take a deep breath. Move around your ankles, move around your wrists. Then take a nice long body stretch, reaching the arms back and the toes forward with a nice deep round of breath. Wrap your arms around your legs. Take a nice squeeze in, a rock side to side. And land on your right side. Come on up to a comfortable seated position. Hands at heart center. Thanks so much for joining in practice today. Take a nice breath in. Exhale. Namaste, yogis. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and please don't forget to subscribe with that button right below. Bye.